6 races going. Off 7 and 8. Sub 1 is going. Off sub 2. On the overnight, use extra 3. Split extra 4. Use extra 8. Drawing soon.
My name is Ben Huffman. I'm the racing secretary at Keeneland and Churchill Downs. As racing secretary, a couple primary duties that I have, and every racing secretary in this country, is the writing of the condition book, right here, condition book. And as far as writing the condition book, it starts with these grids. This is how I was taught 25, 30 years ago. You space the races out, you date these grid lines, and I can picture the races, how many days between races, and you mark all the races, what works and what doesn't work. But the most important thing about these grids is I have every year's worth of races that I've been racing secretary here at Keeneland. So before I write the next spring's condition book, I'll have all this history of looking to see what works and doesn't.
I'm Kevin Greeley. I'm the Director of Racing and Racing Secretary here at Indiana Grand Racing and Casino. You have to have a pattern, you have to have a rhythm, you have to have a flow to your races. So you have to be able to break your maiden here, and there has to be a race 3 weeks later to where you can run that winner back there. And that has to carry on throughout the meet. And you have to have a pattern with your claiming prices. So you start off with a claiming price of $5,000, then you go to $7,500, then you go to 10, then you go to 16, then you go to 25. It goes from the never won 2, it goes to the never won 3s. You have to have a pattern, you have to have a rhythm, you have to have a flow. And so you take these charts and you put them in the computer, and the computer has a program in there that puts together the condition book. And this is the condition book here. This is what we're taking entries for today. And this, and so to speak, this is a menu of races for the horsemen.
When you write the races in the condition book and the races fill very well, and it just kind of goes like you thought it out and you hoped it would get. Doesn't happen all the time, but when it does and you get in a rhythm and the races are going and the trainers are happy for the most part, I get a lot of satisfaction when the condition book fills. And the second most important thing that a racing secretary does is allocate stall space and who gets how many stalls, or perhaps if no stalls at all. There are larger trainers with larger groups of horses, and that's fine. But I want as many trainers as I can get with horses on the backside. You want more trainers because the stall number is the same. We need more trainers to help the whole entry process. So I do go through the stall applications very carefully and look at all the past performances. And I've been doing this a while, so I kind of know the type of horse that it takes to compete in Kentucky. So I'm kind of looking for those certain types of horses that I'm used to. And we always look at new people that have never been to Kentucky. That's important. And I take a hard look at the young trainers because that's our future. And we do try to help the new up and coming trainers too, to get them started, if you will.
My staff is a very good staff. When I hire them, I look for experience. You need to have people that get on very well with their colleagues and with the horsemen. You want to have an assistant racing secretary and your entry clerks and your paddock judge and your identifier. You want all of them to have a good rapport with the horsemen.
My day as a racing secretary starts here anywhere from 7 a.m. to the office officially opens around 8, and it starts every morning with entries filling the next day's card. All the racing officials get here by 8. They start answering phones, taking entries. We typically draw around 11:30 in the morning, and then all the racing officials go to their post, placing judges, paddock judge, clerk of scales. Everybody has a position during the races in the afternoon. Just repeat tomorrow, start all over tomorrow.